Hello everyone. In today's video, I will show you how to use GLab's automation from version 7.0.7 onwards. First, regarding downloading and installing the application, I have made 2 detailed videos before. The installation process hasn't changed between versions, so you can review the old videos on my YouTube channel. I have a fairly detailed video series on how to install and use it. You just need to watch it again. The installation method is not significantly different between Mac and Windows, so in this video, I will focus on guiding you through the main functions. First, when you open the application for the first time, you will need to log into your account. I want to emphasize that this account is for logging in to use the tool, not for generating images or videos. It is simply to link your email with the application. You can log in using your Google account. For example, here I will use a free account. Once logged in successfully, you can close this window. On the free plan, the tool already supports generating images and videos with a Flow account. I encourage everyone to try this version first. Once you have a basic understanding of the application and feel it suits your needs, then you should proceed to upgrade to a paid plan. This will prevent you from hastily paying before fully understanding the tool, which could lead to it not meeting your personal needs. In the license interface after logging in, you can view the prices and a detailed comparison table for each plan. You can also switch to the General Settings tab to change the language. The tool supports up to 11 languages and will continue to add more based on traffic from various countries. Currently, I use Vietnamese, so I will switch the interface to Vietnamese. This only changes the display language. The functions remain completely the same. In the System Settings section, after logging in, you should pay attention to the first item, which is the Flow account. What is a Flow account? I will delete all the old accounts I previously added. The Flow account will help you generate images in the Image Flow tab. This account is your Gmail, commonly referred to as a VO3, Gemini Pro, or Gemini Ultra account. Click Add Account to log in. The operation is exactly the same as on the website. After logging in, wait a moment for the system to automatically close the window and check the account status, account type, remaining credits, and expiration date. This is the cookie token expiration date. To generate images or videos, the tool will use this account's token. This expiration will renew every day, and the tool will also automatically handle it daily. If it expires without auto-renewing, you simply need to click the Refresh or Refresh All button. This section also supports backing up the account list so you can transfer it to another device or load a backed up list into this device. For example, here I have a backed up list and I will load it. These are the accounts I am currently using. To generate images with Flow, you can add a free, Pro, or Ultra account. Any of them will work. A free account can still generate images. The only difference is the limits compared to Pro or Ultra. For Meta, Facebook, or ChatGPT accounts, the method to add them is exactly the same, so I won't do it again. You just need to do the same as you did for Flow. For Grok, it's slightly different. You must run it through an extension installed on your browser. It cannot be added directly into the tool. For Grok specifically, I have a detailed tutorial video on the channel. Grok doesn't have any new updates currently, so you can watch the old video to understand how to use it. I will not go over this part again since there are no changes. Regarding the authentication settings, this feature only applies when generating with Flow. There are two types: built-in, which runs directly on the app's browser, and if you use the extension, you need to download and install the extension from the store. In the installation tutorial video you are seeing, I explained very clearly the difference between these two modes and the detailed installation process. In the log section, when generating images or videos, there will be a progress column. This column only shows a brief status and is not detailed enough. When running, you need to view the detailed log to know if the generation process is stable or if an error is reported somewhere. Looking here will be much clearer than the brief status line outside. The introduction section contains a list of communities on Discord, Telegram, Zalo, YouTube, and important notes about the tool. The tool offers a free trial mode. Feel free to try it out, and if you are satisfied, upgrade your plan. The payment process is entirely automatic within the app. Any offers to buy through outside intermediaries are scams. I do not sell through any other party. Regarding payment promotions, buying a 6-month plan only charges for 5 months, and buying a 1-year plan only charges for 10 months. You will save 2 months when buying a 1-year plan and 1 month when buying a 6-month plan. This applies to all payment methods: domestic bank transfer, PayPal, or USDT. For USDT specifically, the process is manual. You need to make the transaction and then send a message via Telegram so I can assist you in adding the plan. First, for Flow, after adding the account, notice that the account settings section has a proxy option. When you enter a proxy here and click check, I will try adding a proxy for a visual demonstration. For example, I'll enter this proxy. Select the correct HTTP type, click Check, and you will see the proxy is still working. I will open the browser to add the account. Look at this IP, exactly 113.22.201. The browser will use the IP in your proxy. If you have already added the account and want to change the proxy, you can configure it here. In the Actions section, you can also enter the proxy, test its operation, and click Save. This proxy will be assigned to the corresponding account. If you want to delete it, just turn it off and save it. This method is exactly the same for Meta and ChatGPT accounts. In the Authentication settings, the built-in mode also supports proxies. You perform the addition process similarly. Click Add. Refresh the operation. You can check it right within this browser. Checking the IP will show a match. The system is using the proxy's IP. Now I will guide you on how to generate images, create videos, and use the character feature. I will skip ChatGPT, Meta AI, and Grok since I already have detailed tutorial videos for them. The next features are workflow, video editing, image upscaling, and webhook API. First is the image flow feature. In the basic configuration section, you can select 3 models: Nano Banana 2 Lite, Nano Banana 2, and Nano Banana Pro. Next is selecting the aspect ratio and the number of concurrent threads. The trial plan only supports running 1 thread. I will switch to a max account to test all features fully. With a max account, you can select an unlimited number of threads, up to 1,000 threads. The number of running threads is related to the number of added accounts. Each account adds 10 more threads. Only the max plan has no limit on the number of threads. The plus plan is limited to 10 threads, regardless of how many accounts you add. Regarding the number of images per prompt, there are 4 options to determine the number of generated results. For example, selecting 2 means each row will generate 2 images. If you configure 5 threads, then the first 5 rows will run concurrently at the same time. If you only select 1 thread, the system will finish the first row before moving to the second row and continue like that. A thread represents the number of rows being run concurrently at the same time. Concurrent execution also depends on the parameters in the advanced configuration section. That is the delay between threads. The default delay is 5 to 10 seconds. This means after row number 1 finishes, row number 2 will wait 5-10 seconds before starting, and similarly for the subsequent rows. If you want to run it faster, you can set the delay to 1, meaning a new row will run continuously every 1 second. However, the downside is that sometimes the flow system will become overloaded. Running too aggressively might result in your network IP and device being limited by Google. When that happens, you need to increase the delay and might have to use an additional VPN to resolve it. In the basic configuration section, there is also a save mode option. The save mode will directly link with the save folder and the queue. If you select Do Not Create Subfolders, all generated images will be grouped together in the save folder you selected. If you select Create Folder by task, each task in the queue will automatically create its own folder. So what does the queue mean? You can put all parameter settings into the queue. For example, you enter 10 prompts, then configure the model, folder, and all individual parameters. When you click Add to Queue, the system will save all of those settings. At this point, you can no longer edit them directly outside. Any changes made outside will not affect the saved task. To make changes, you must click on the eye icon and are only allowed to edit the information within there. After editing, you must click Save. Otherwise, the information in the queue will remain unchanged. The Advanced Configuration section has an additional option to generate 2K or 4K images. To generate 2K images, you only need a free flow account or a pro account. However, a free account has a rather low limit on the number of images generated. You can only generate 30-50 images per day, and at most, only 80 to 100 images. If you want to generate more, you must use a pro plan. To export 4K quality images, you need to use an Ultra account. For example, I have 9 active accounts, including both Pro and Ultra. If I select 4K, the tool will only run the Ultra account. It will only show one active account. If you turn off 4K, the tool will display all 9 accounts. Next is the seed section, understood simply as the seed to generate the image. Both video and AI chat utilize an underlying seed parameter. Locking the seed means locking the result, ensuring the generated image does not change. The AI will stop creating randomly and stick strictly to the original result. If not locked, the AI will randomly generate a new result every time, almost never duplicating. The reference image mode has 2 options, one for all or run sequentially. One for all means using row number 1 as the standard. The reference image will be applied to all remaining rows. If you delete the image in row 1, the images in the remaining rows will also be deleted. The Run Sequentially mode means the system will take the image generated from the first row as the reference image for the second row. The second row will continue drawing based on the result of the first row. This creates a consecutive sequence of images, helping to maintain consistency. However, I usually don't use these two functions, but rather use another method to add images. Please pay attention to the Component Image folder section. We have a Component Image folder and a toggle switch. Why don't the images appear in the board? Click on the red question mark button. Inside, it guides you through 5 ways to add images to the board, where methods 1, 2, and 3 are done manually. For example, clicking directly on the cell, dragging and dropping the image, or using the Add Image button below the toolbar. Those are the 3 manual operation methods. I will try it out. Click the plus sign to select an image, or open the folder and drag the image in, or press the Add Image button. You can choose to add one image to all rows. If you click the Select Image button, highlight 3 images, and click Add, you will see the system report that they cannot be added. What is the reason? Because this task is already in the queue, it cannot be edited directly. You need to delete it and start over from the beginning. The images will be added, with each image corresponding to one row. If you select Add one image to all, it will apply that exact image to all the rows. That was the advanced configuration section, with 3 manual ways to add images. Now I will guide you through method number 4 and number 5. This is the method I use the most. You can read the theory, but I will demonstrate it directly for easy understanding. Method number 4 is adding an image by typing directly the name of the image located in the folder. First, select the folder containing all the images. Here it is, the Asset folder. Then observe the image name, or click on the Image Library button to see the name, evaluate how it's named, and how to call that name in the prompt. How to call it in the prompt. Typing without the 8 character is method number 4, while with the 8A is method number 5. How are these 2 methods different? For example, what is the difference between typing Ben and Ben? When adding ot, the AI will accurately recognize the character Ben. If you only type the regular name, the AI will generate a random character instead of closely following the original image. Therefore, using the syntax "ben" or "Emma" will help the AI understand more accurately. For example, @Ben is riding a bicycle and @Emma is jogging in the park. Now you can also add the park image right away. For example, I have a park image ready. I will type its name in. I will also try practicing right above. Ben is riding a bicycle and Emma is jogging in the park. Returning to the basic configuration section, I will choose to test run with 2 threads. Regarding the model, the Pro version is the best but generates quite slowly and often incurs errors, so I usually use Nano Banana 2. The Lite version is the lightest and fastest, but I prefer using the Nano Banana 2 model. You can click Add to Queue or click Run now as well. When generating with reference images, the processing time will be slower than normal. The reason is that the tool needs time to upload these images to the system. It has to wait for the upload to finish before it starts running. The total upload time takes about 25 seconds, averaging 8 seconds per image. Using reference images will certainly take more time compared to generating without images. On average, generating a normal image takes about 30 to 40 seconds. If there is a reference image, the time will be over 1 minute depending on the upload speed. And here is the result. As you can see, both the character and the park background are consistent. Please note that on the basic configuration interface, there is an option to automatically remove the Gemini logo. By default, this feature is not turned on. You need to actively enable it. If not enabled, a logo will appear in the corner of the image. I will try generating 2 images, one with the logo removed and one without, then add them to the queue to see. While waiting, please also pay attention to the Workspace area. Here is a hidden button that many people might not notice. When clicked, you will be able to see the list of tasks currently in the queue. There is also a filtering feature here, helping to display a specific task or view all of them. The progress column also supports filtering by status: generating, error reported, finished, or view all. Take a look. If you don't enable the logo removal feature, the image will have a logo in the bottom corner. Some people think keeping the logo makes it easier to appeal when doing YouTube, while others do not like it. This option automatically extracts and completely removes the logo from the image. Additionally, I have also created a separate tool specifically for removing logos. There is already a video on the channel. This tool is completely free. You can download it to experience removing logos from images and videos. In the Flow image generation interface, there are also 4 buttons to pay attention to, notably Run Errors and Run Selection. Run errors helps to automatically filter and rerun all the rows that are reporting an error status. As for run selection, you simply check the boxes for the desired rows and then click Run. Next to it is the Clear Cache button. When clicked, the system will report that the upload cache has been cleared. So what is the upload cache? Those are exactly the reference images that we spent time uploading earlier. The system will save the images for each account to reuse for subsequent times, saving waiting time. If you click Clear Cache, the tool will have to upload from the beginning if you use an image with the same name or the same old path. With the Old Session button, you can review the history of previous work sessions. For example, reviewing this session with 7 rows, or exporting data to an Excel file to check the content. I'll try reloading this session. We will see the entire previous work process. In the prompt input area, you need to pay additional attention to the import file feature. This feature is used to upload a list of prompts from an Excel file or a TXT file. Next is the Select Style item, which dictates how to break lines when adding data to the board. For example, if I type 1, 2, 3, the system will break these 3 numbers into 3 rows. Even if I leave a blank line and then type 4, 5, 6, the displayed result will still be sequentially 1 to 6, because the system recognizes each line of text as one prompt. If you want the prompt to have a line break function, switch to the break by one blank line mode. At that point, the system will separate 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6 more accurately. That is the entire tutorial for the image generation section. We will move on to the video creation section with Flow in the next lesson. Goodbye, and see you again.